Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will unravel the story within Antony and Cleopatra by William Shakespeare. Antony and Cleopatra, one of William Shakespeare's renowned tragedies, was published in the First Folio of 1623. The play revolves around the tumultuous romance between Roman general Mark Antony and Egyptian Queen Cleopatra, set against the backdrop of the power struggles of the Roman Empire. Shakespeare explores themes of love, loyalty, and the tension between duty and desire, culminating in a story that reflects both the grandeur and frailty of its central characters. Plot summary. On the shores of Alexandria, Mark Antony, once a proud Roman general, has forsaken his duties to Rome, enthralled by the beauty and charisma of Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. His passion for Cleopatra, intense and consuming, blinds him to the political upheaval building in the Roman Empire. His former ally, Octavius Caesar, consolidates power in Rome, casting a wary eye over Antony's dalliance in Egypt. Antony's heart remains torn between his duty as a triumvir of Rome and his desire for Cleopatra, whose love is both his solace and his undoing. As Rome teeters on the brink of civil war, news arrives that Antony's wife, Fulvia, has died after raising an army against Caesar. Antony's sense of honor stirs briefly. He knows he must return to Rome to face his fellow triumvirs, Octavius, Caesar, and Lepidus, and mend the fractures that have formed in his absence. Cleopatra, sensing his wavering loyalty, challenges him, doubting whether his love for her is true or merely a fleeting passion. But Antony reassures her, vowing that though duty may call him away, his heart remains with her. In Rome, tensions rise as Caesar grows ever more frustrated with Antony's neglect of his responsibilities. Lepidus attempts to broker peace between the two, but it is clear that Caesar seeks dominance over Antony. To secure an uneasy truce, Agrippa, Caesar's loyal follower, suggests a political marriage between Antony and Octavia, Caesar's sister. Reluctantly, Antony agrees, knowing that this alliance may stabilize the empire. Yet, even as he weds Octavia, his thoughts linger on Cleopatra, the woman who holds his heart. For a time, peace reigns. Antony returns to the east with his new wife, but the pull of Cleopatra is too strong. Despite Octavia's virtue and loyalty, she cannot compete with the Egyptian queen's allure. Antony eventually abandons Octavia, returning to Alexandria and rekindling his love affair with Cleopatra. This betrayal enrages Caesar, who uses Antony's desertion of his sister as a pretext for war. The fragile peace between the triumvirs shatters, and the empire is once again plunged into conflict. War drums beat as Caesar and Antony prepare to face each other. Antony, now fully ensnared by Cleopatra's influence, commands his fleets to engage Caesar's forces at sea. However, in the heat of battle, Cleopatra's ships, filled with her riches and treasures, turn and flee. Antony, unable to resist following her, abandons the fight and chases after his queen. His decision marks the beginning of his downfall. Defeated and humiliated, Antony blames Cleopatra for his loss, but even in his fury, he cannot stay away from her. Their love, passionate and destructive, pulls them deeper into despair. With Antony weakened, Caesar presses his advantage. He captures Egypt's ports and surrounds Alexandria, leaving Antony and Cleopatra trapped. Desperation sets in as they realize the magnitude of their impending defeat. Cleopatra, always the strategist, contemplates her next move. She sends word to Caesar, offering to betray Antony in exchange for her own safety. Yet her heart betrays her, and she cannot fully follow through with her plan. Still, the seeds of mistrust are sown, and Antony is led to believe that Cleopatra has already turned against him. Consumed by shame and regret, Antony lashes out. In his mind, Cleopatra's betrayal is a final blow, and in despair he falls upon his own sword. But even in this, fate is cruel. His wound is not fatal, and he is left dying, calling out for the woman he loved. Cleopatra, upon hearing of Antony's impending death, realizes the depth of her love for him. She orders her servants to carry him to her, and in her arms, Antony takes his last breath. With Antony dead, Cleopatra knows her fate is sealed. Caesar's forces are at her gates, and she will not be paraded through Rome as a conquered queen. Defiant to the end, Cleopatra devises her own death. She arranges for a basket of figs to be brought to her, concealing within it a deadly asp, the symbol of her own sovereignty and the means of her escape. She dresses in her finest royal garments, crowns herself with gold, and sits upon her throne. As the venom takes hold, Cleopatra dies with the dignity and grandeur she had always commanded, her lifeless body lying beside her faithful servants, Charmian and Eras, who follow their queen into death. Caesar, upon entering the palace, finds Cleopatra dead and Antony's body beside her. Though victorious, he feels no triumph. He orders that the two lovers be buried together, side by side, granting them in death the unity that had eluded them in life. As the dust of Alexandria settles, the empire stands on the brink of a new era under Caesar's rule. Yet, the legacy of Antony and Cleopatra, two lovers who defied the world for their passion, remains immortal, etched into the annals of history. If you loved this, don't stop here. Check out other books by William Shakespeare. You'll find them below or on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in William Shakespeare's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.